to another episode of One Mic Stand. I'm your host Jaxon, of course, and this is another special one. Like the last time, like I was telling you before, I was in Denver and I had a chance to sit down with one of my exes from about, it was like 12, 13 years ago, and we had like a really, really good conversation. So hopefully y'all can top this joint. But first, before we get started, man, just introduce yourselves to the people, to the camera, to the listeners, and y'all history a little bit. And if you want, you could give your real names, you can give your Instagram names, Twitter, or you don't have to get no names. That's up to you.
Okay.
I'll let you go first.
Well, I gotta go first. Tell Shy. Well, how's everybody doing? My name is Sylvester. Everybody call me Sly though, because like Sylvester is really long, so it's just simple to be like Sly.
I got you.
And it's country too, for real.
You from you're from Atlanta? Cause I know you thought I said LA.
I am. I'm
Atlanta.
from Atlanta.
What part?
Born and raised. I actually grew up in between Lithonia and East Atlanta. My dad stayed in East Atlanta with my granddad, and then my mom stayed in Lithonia. And so, when you ain't got the same parents, that back and forth thing, and you know what I'm saying. But then, like over there,
we gonna get in. I like it. We gonna get into that. Put that on the shelf. I'm gonna remember that. We gonna come back to that joint. You are you on social media at all?
I am. I actually am. I'm trying to do some big things too, man. So everybody follow me, man. I got an artist I'm promoting. This is my first artist. I manage artists.
Nigga, what's your name?
My name is.
What's your name on there?
It's King_Sly_07.
Okay.
It's out there, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, he plugging hard.
Hey,
he
look,
plugging hard.
Hey, look, man.
I got you. We gonna come back to that though. And how about yourself?
I'm Bianca. I am from Atlanta, and my Instagram is I'm Bianca Octavia. I met this gentleman right here when I was 15.
15.
Going on 16.
Y'all telling y'all ages right now, or?
I'm 27.
Oh, okay, that ain't bad.
Yeah, I'm 28.
I'm
28.
Oh, so y'all know each other for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all was together at 15? When did y'all actually like get together?
I would say 16. I was 16.
Okay.
I was 17.
So high school.
High school.
And it was like, so this was this like a first love kind of thing? For both of y'all? For one of y'all? For
me, it was a first love.
Yeah.
I would say.
Were y'all in love? Y'all were in love?
Mm-hmm.
He was. Were you?
Yeah, definitely.
Who was in love first? Who said I love you first?
Me.
Yeah?
He's a Cancer.
What'd that mean?
Right. What does that
mean? I'm not a Cancer, but what did that mean though?
He's very emotional. So it was
what
definitely, I'm a Libra.
Oh shit, me too. So what the fuck that mean? Because I feel like I have emotions. Like,
we have emotions, but like Cancers,
that's a myth.
They don't have emotions. They are emotions.
They are emotions.
They are emotions.
Hey, look, man, I really need to clarify this Cancer thing, like with the emotions and stuff. Like, okay, so we are emotional. True indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But people get it misconstrued to the point where they think that we just be doing emotional ass shit. No, we are emotional, but it means that when it comes to our decisions and like the things that we choose to do in life and stuff, like a lot of it is influenced off of our emotions. You know what I'm saying? I'm real sensitive to other people's emotions too, because I'm emotional. You know what I'm saying? So
now, was that like, I don't even know if I said this, but basically y'all are not together anymore, correct?
No.
That's not correct? Or
no,
that is correct.
Okay, that is correct. That y'all not together no more.
Right.
Okay. So basically, like the whole premise of this particular one mic is I wanted to have an opportunity to like kind of sit down with a couple who's no longer a couple, but who is mature enough, adult enough to sit face to face and kind of talk about, what y'all may have gone through in your relationship to cause it to not be a relationship anymore. And I like I was telling you before, like I'm the type of person, like I'm always kind of like taking these kind of conversations head on, just because of the fact that most people don't. But most people can complain about people not being mature, people not being able to communicate, people you know what I'm saying, like not being adults enough to do it. But then it's like when you have an opportunity to, those same exact people like shy away from those conversations. So I had it with one of my exes, and I just thought it would be cool to kind of play the middleman, so to speak, like in a conversation between two people who I don't know personally. And it's interesting. This is gonna be more interesting now because you're a Libra as well. So I'm wondering, like, what even made you want to sit down and do this? Because you're kind of like the one. Like I just met. I mean, clearly I just met both of y'all today, but I've been in communication with her for maybe like a week or something like that, just kind of trying to put this together. So like, what made you be like, oh yeah, like I know a nigga who'll do this shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm assuming she was just like, yeah, he'll do it.
Hey, look. I really didn't know what I was walking into, right?
You did not?
I told you.
I did not.
Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. So explain what made you actually be interested in doing this though.
So last week, me and two of my really good friends, we were riding in the car, and Crystal said I got asked to do this podcast, and she explained what it was. She was like, but the guy I'm with now, she was like, he's not going for that shit if I go with an ex.
The guy that she's with?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I said, well, I'll do it. And so my other friend, she was like, Bianca, you don't even talk. She was like, you're not going to do that shit. I was like, yes, I will. She was like, if you go, all you're going to say is, yeah, Shut up.
That ain't no Libra shit, though. So I don't believe that because I'm not no yeah ass nigga.
I can be, but I'm not all the time. But
well, I'll ask him that later.
So I kind of did this to like prove them wrong, you know. And the first person that came to mind was you, of course.
So how many exes do you got?
I would say I have 2 more exes.
Oh, okay. So what made you lean towards him as opposed to the other one?
The first one is a clown. The other one, very slippery slope. So no. But him, like, I know that we could probably sit down and actually talk to each other and still have fun. Like I told him, I think it would be fun for us. So, because he's my friend, I think.
Still to this day?
Yeah. Okay. I consider you to be my friend.
Oh, really?
I do.
Nah, you know.
So,
can't speak for him.
So when she came to you about it, though, like, what was your initial reaction?
Like, I didn't know it was gonna be all this, right?
I did.
What's all this though? What you mean? Like we ain't
like
even got into nothing yet.
Nah, okay, we didn't get into nothing, right? But I thought it was just gonna. I didn't know it was gonna actually be about relationships.
What did I say to you?
You was like, your ex is somebody doing a podcast about being with your ex or something like that. And so. So look, when I'm saying like that's kind of broad. It's like
what else?
You know what I'm saying, like I'm not thinking like, okay, boom, it's gonna be it's gonna be like a whole Dr. Phil moment. Like
I mean, I'm by no means am I a counselor or a therapist or none of that, man. I'm just a nigga who like to have open conversation.
But you know what? You might not be a counselor or a therapist, but your role is kind of like a mediator.
It is
playing the middleman.
It is.
So, and look, you do it so much that you know how to aim it to where it's like boom, like something positive come out of that. Though, you feel me?
For sure. Now, one of the things that I want to start off with though. How did your relationship end? Why did it end? And I want y'all to answer one at a time, just because sometimes the reason that it ended, in your opinion, might not be the reason that it ended, in his opinion, or vice versa. So, like, why do you think it ended?
I don't even know when it officially ended.
Right.
Do you know? The relationship, like the actual. Because we were in a relationship, but then we weren't in an official relationship. So
so y'all was in a situation.
I think it officially.
I do know when it officially ended.
Right.
I do know. So you tell me when you think it officially ended.
Man, if y'all niggas don't tell me what the fuck happened.
This shit get messy.
Okay, so I personally think it ended. I actually had a breast reduction surgery.
Why would you do that?
Why would I do that?
Was you upset about that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like why would you do that?
Anyway.
Your back was hurting?
Yep.
Fuck out of here.
That's easy for me. My back really did hurt.
And I believe it too. So when it came down to that's what I was like, all right, you know what?
And my back literally has not hurt since. Anyways, that's real.
I'm just fucking with you.
So during that time, I was at home. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything for myself. And he was always around prior to that. But during that time, I feel like you were a ghost. Like you were nowhere to be found. I couldn't call you. You wasn't bringing me no food. I think that. And I think the one day you did come, I'm not saying one day, the last day you came.
Hey, yo. hold on. Because y'all niggas, I can already see y'all got so many inside jokes, man. All these looks, y'all, I'm going to need y'all to speak on these looks. These looks and these faces and these pauses and these silences. I need to know this information. The people need to know.
What that look was. I don't.
So she said you only came by one time. So obviously
let me rephrase that.
You think you did way more than that?
No, let me rephrase that. He did not come by one time. He came by, but he would come be like, "All right, you got food, you good? All right, I'm out."
What was he supposed to do?
What was he mean?
I'm not saying that he's. I'm asking you, what was he supposed to do?
If the person I'm dating, let's just say he got shot and he's in bed and he can't go anywhere.
So
for
a breast reduction is equivalent to a shooting? Is that what we saying?
Okay, let me know. If he just had some type of surgery where he cannot move, yes, it really hurts. Like I could not lift up. I couldn't even sit up by myself.
She was fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't take showers. I couldn't even use the bathroom on my own.
So can I ask you this? Was I not there helping you drain the fluids?
That's what I'm trying to finish.
Oh, okay. All right, go get my bag. All right.
He would come, but he would literally come and do the minimum. Like just enough for me, in my opinion, to say, okay, I was here. I'm about to go.
So what I'm asking is, and don't think that I'm like
no,
attacking you, right?
No,
but this gives me like this is taking me back to like some of my relationship issues, right? Because I'm very like black and white. I'm very literal. So because of the fact like in order for me to meet expectations, I'm a person who feels like you need to set what that expectation is.
Let me finish what I was gonna say though before you get to that point. Right. So I wasn't gonna say anything about me feeling like you was not there enough or whatever.
Which is wrong.
You can't, but what does y'all say? You can't speak on my experience. That was my experience. Let me finish. So the last straw, the last straw that broke for me was the day you came. I think that was the last day I saw you for a while. You came and you were in my room and I was in the kitchen and I went through your phone. And I saw that throughout the week you was telling some girl that, oh, I'm about to pull up, and she was saying she missed you and all this other stuff. And I was like,
Hold on. So you a phone goer through her?
I am not. And
so how did the phone end up in your hand?
She tricked me.
That's the crazy thing.
No, she tricked me.
She tricked me. I might have. I don't
She
remember.
did. Look, I'm in the kitchen. I'm high as fuck. I'm sitting in the kitchen eating. All the lights was off and stuff, so I wasn't trying to be rude and just be making all this noise because she hate that noise. She hate all the noise, and especially while she was trying to get some rest and stuff. So boom, I'm in the kitchen eating. I was eating some Taco Bell rice, cheesy burrito, the little dollar one.
Okay.
And man, all I hear
the dollar one.
And actually, I was going through my phone doing something. I don't know what I was doing, but next thing I know is, it's a roach. So look,
it really was a roach.
So look, me not, I dropped everything. What's that? Run back there to the room. Where's something finna get it? I already hate the roaches, but I gotta make sure she good. You feel me?
I forgot about that.
So look, that's how she got me, right? So look, as long as I'm trying to find the roach, what the hell? Where is it? I don't see it. I go back in the kitchen. I said, and by that time, it was like Did you
I
find
didn't
what
say
you were looking
nothing.
for?
But
Yeah.
but I'm not a phone goer through it.
What made you?
But see, that's just how stuff happens. I have never asked you about where you be at. I never call you 10 times. I don't go through people's stuff. I'm not about to go through your book bag or none of that stuff. I've been through that before. I don't have time for that. But the phone was sitting right there unlocked. How can you not?
What you mean? How can you not?
How can you not? And then, like I said, he wasn't there a lot. So I was like, let's just look. The first thing I clicked on, it just popped up.
Okay. That's what it's about. So you thought the whole time that I was fucking off?
That's what it said in your phone. What do you mean?
It said I'm fucking off.
That week.
Cool, real.
It ain't say that.
The gag is this. I had just met her. I hadn't even probably pulled
He
up.
said the gag.
Like that. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you on some real shit. I can't really put too much out there, but you know what I'm saying? I was messing with her on some other stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how me and her built the connection. It was like
Does it matter?
Then it went from like music into like boom.
Does it matter?
She was just there. But it was never like while you was in surgery though, like that whole time.
But during that week when I was expecting you to be there, you was in and out with her.
No, I wasn't.
But
that's on everything I love. Look.
So hold on, because I don't want to say that this is good.
That's crazy though.
But this is kind of good.
It's good because I never knew this. I never would have.
Did y'all never? So why did y'all never talk about this though?
Why did we never talk about it?
For me, it was nothing to talk about. Whether you was
but you don't talk about anything, period.
That might be true. But
I
in
can't
that
believe
moment,
she's doing this show right now.
But for me, in that moment, that was shady. For me, in that moment, and he's right. Like I said, I don't have time for stuff like that. So if I see it, it's nothing for me to go back and forth with you about. That's just the end of it.
But what's the difference between not having time for something and being a shitty communicator?
I might be a shitty communicator, but at the same time, there was no hidden message in those messages. I saw what I saw. So I didn't feel like at that point, because it was already rocky, there was no point to sit down and go back and forth about how can we fix this. That's just...
Okay. So
what? Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Please. Okay, so the thing about this, we was rocky. Mm-hmm. Shit was rocky. Mm-hmm. And eventually that's where she came into play. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not gonna even lie about it, not gonna front about it, you know what I'm saying? Because you seen it, it is what it is. But in your mind, whatever you thought was going on wasn't. It's a whole, like, I got a whole story. You feel what I'm saying?
It don't matter what the story is.
Yes, it does matter. Because all that time you had, I felt like this. Like, boom, you got a job where you could call off and still get paid. I didn't have no job. You feel what I'm saying? I just came home from prison 2 years ago. So, you know what I'm saying? My situation wasn't the best. The only thing that
2 years ago before y'all talked, or 2 years ago, like, from today?
In general. But I knew him before that.
Okay. Yeah.
That we'll get into it.
Right.
Sure.
But you know, and this was like prior to me just coming home. So this was like last year.
That don't mean you can't spend the night with me.
I spent the night every night.
On the edge of the bed?
Because I didn't want to hurt your titties.
That's a lie.
Hey, but I ain't gonna lie.
I sleep
from how you explain the pain, though, that I could believe that.
That's not why he slept on the edge of the bed.
I swear to God, I sleep wild. I did not.
You know what he said when I said, so when I was going through the phone.
I hurt your titties. That's hilarious. Yo, that's funny as shit.
When I finished going through the phone, I might have said maybe one sentence to you. And he said, you should have already known that by the way I was sleeping on the end of the bed or the way I was sleeping on the bed. That's what you said to me.
Hold on, I gotta hit the soldier one time. What?
That is what he said to me.
I would never disrespect you like that.
I swear to God, that is what you said.
In your house though, I would never say no shit to you like that in your house.
So hold on. I got a couple questions, right? If we could just backtrack just a little bit. Both of y'all agreed that it was a little rocky at that point.
Right.
What does that mean? What is rocky?
And
how did we get to that?
Not a complete understanding
of what?
Of each other, the relationship. Just like it was just so much miscommunication and misunderstandings that You know what I'm saying? And then when, like you said, when people don't take the time to do like what we doing now and sit down and talk about it, it's just like it always leaves like an elephant in the room. You feel what I'm saying? It's always gonna be some kind of tension. It's always something because you're not taking the time to express your feelings or express how you feel about certain things. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not gonna lie, I got locked up when I was 19. So prior to her, I've never been in a real relationship. I've never been in an adult relationship. But she was the only girl that I had. That was my first real relationship. Like, and then to go from a high school relationship to prison, and then you jump out and you a grown man. Like, I didn't get the proper essentials in seeing what it was like to be in an adult relationship.
What did you think? That's a great fucking sentence, right? Like, what did you think that you missed?
Communication.
In just 2 years though. From, you said you went.
No, I was gone for 7 years.
For 7?
Yeah.
How old was you when you went in?
19, turning 20.
Oh shit. Okay.
So
that made more sense.
So only thing I knew about a relationship was chilling, fucking, hanging out, and fucking. You feel me?
Man, that sounds like a good ass relationship.
Hey, look, it was so sweet back then. Like, I was so in love. Like,
it was a good
relationship. All right, so let's stay here for a second though, right? So because I hear women saying that there should be more to a relationship than the things that you just named. But I don't really feel like men know what those other things are exactly. So like, what do you think that they are? Because you said it.
Man,
but what do you think that they are? And then from a woman's perspective, what do you think that they are?
Man.
What he just said, I think that's what he was expecting again, which is what I'm saying. Like, during that time, and I don't know, so what he's talking about, expectations, that is what I was expecting, my expectations to be fulfilled during that time. But then, like you said, you didn't know about all of that. I don't know if you did know about all of that then or not. No?
No.
Okay. I'm glad you're admitting that.
Yeah, all this is new to me. Like,
if me and you were married, or like officially married on paper, it's like if you had surgery and you could not get out of the bed and move, there's nothing else going on in my life other than me going to work and coming home to you.
And so my thing was every day, like, you knew, like, I felt like you knew my situation. I didn't have the leisure to just sit around in the house with you all day.
No, I know you can't you're not listening to me. You go to work, you come home.
But you know what my work consisted of at the time.
Are you saying that, I'm sorry, but are you saying that he wasn't coming home?
Coming home, but yeah, like 1 a.m.
But he works in entertainment, right? And I'm not taking sides. I'm just, from what you told me, like.
That might be
time,
true.
I was just hustling, bro.
Okay.
It was hard.
Okay,
you feel me?
but at that time. But then again, this comes back to him saying he did not know. At that time, you could have took 2 weeks to just help me. Because who else gonna help me at 2 in the morning?
It's not like I wasn't helped. Like, that night shift, all through the night, 2, 3 a.m.
You would get there at 1 a.m., but from 5 o'clock to 1 a.m., what was I supposed to do?
What you mean, 5 o'clock?
Let me ask you another question. You said you was hustling, right? Did you know that?
And that was a very big problem with me. So that was another reason I was upset, because I was.
But wait. Did you know that?
Yes, I was aware.
So you did know.
I was aware.
At what accountability, I guess, do you take for just like knowing that maybe that's what might come with the territory?
I understand that. I agree with that. But I will say, I have always told him, which was my issue with him doing that, you don't have to do that.
Right.
You have me and you have a whole family. Like, we all know your situation. You could literally not have a job for 5 months and we will all have you. Like, no, everybody.
Stuff like that don't sit with me.
It don't sit with you. But that's the truth.
I can attest to that too, though. Like,
I get it, but there's nothing worth you being back in the same situation that you were in.
And you right.
I would rather you be a scrub than a scrub sitting in jail. You know, so you didn't have to do that. I am in a position that I can give you what you need if you need it at that time.
So this conversation that y'all are having now, and I'm just kind of listening in on, is this what was going on prior to you picking the phone up? Is that why this was such a...
Yes.
And had y'all ever... It sounded like y'all never talked about this stuff.
I said that to him plenty of times.
But did she understand it? Nah. We talked about it, but it's a different thing when from talking about a situation. Like, because I felt like it was so much, and I felt like you should have understood that, like, I'm very ambitious. Like, everything that you saying about that you would do this, my family, like, that's cool, and I understand it, and it's good to know that if it ever came to it, I got somebody to go to. But me being who I am, I can't settle for that. I can't be good with that. Like, I've been on my own. Like, I ain't gonna lie, prison really taught me how to be self-sufficient for myself and make stuff happen for myself. And then coming home to nothing and seeing everybody have all their life in order, even if they don't think they got their life in order, to me, it look like you got your life in order.
Right.
But I offered multiple times. I said, let me help you get to the point you're trying to get to without going the route you're trying to go. I said it's gonna be slower, but I said I will help you get there. But you chose the other way.
And it's like you still I had bills though. I had insurance, car note. Like the slow wasn't.
That was before you had a car note.
Like, you see me, I had my truck.
Let me ask you something, right? Cause I'm always like interested in figuring out, I don't even want to say figuring out, but just kind of like learning more about the guys who choose like the street life, right? Cause that's not me. That's never been me. I've always been I played sports my whole life basically. So the way that my parents they use that as a tool to like basically like dangle that carrot in front of me to influence me to not go certain routes, right? And it worked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, props to them. That shit worked. Yeah. But it does like intrigue me to know like what's the pull like of that life. Like, cause I just heard you, like, she said the money it'll be slow money, and you was like, I can't do slow money. Like, is that the only aspect of it? Is it just that the money is a little faster? Like, what's the problem with doing like the slow grind?
It's no problem with the slow grind because I had to revert back to that. You know what I'm saying? To the slow grind. But I felt like first I had to do this, that, other, and the third to get myself in a position where, okay, now I could revert back to the slow grind, and I'm not stressing about, damn, do I got the money to pay my car note, insurance? Is this gonna be took care of? You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like,
but that's regular nigga problems.
That's what I'm trying to. No matter.
Like that's what. Remember, like even like how you said, like when you came out, you looking at people where you think they got their shit together, and they thinking like, man, I ain't got my shit together. Like, it's mad niggas who be feeling exactly what you said. Damn, I'm gonna pay this shit this month. Damn, I gotta choose which bill I'm gonna pay. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's a regular thing. I feel like most people fucking go through. Like, for real. Like, nobody wants to, obviously, but I don't want to say it's not something that you can escape, but I just think that's something that pretty much everybody goes through unless you got like a silver spoon somewhere down the line.
Right.
But I think you know that now, right?
What?
You kind of understand that now better than you did then.
About what?
What you just said.
About everyday life problems? Yeah,
like even when the money is quicker or slower, I mean, the problems still remain the same, right?
Is that part of the thing that makes an adult relationship? What do y'all think makes a relationship an adult relationship?
That's a good question.
because and let me just say this, because I had this conversation with my ex, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember I was on my way to work, and we used to talk in the morning, because that was like the time where her day wouldn't be bad yet.
I hate talking.
So I don't really like talking on the phone, but if I'm gonna have to talk to you every day, I'd rather talk to you when your spirits is up, as opposed to when the day has beat you down and now you want to talk. Like, nah, I'm good. But so we used to talk every morning, right? And there's one particular morning we was talking, and she was comparing our relationship, like, I guess to one of her coworkers or whatever.
I hate this shit.
I do too.
I hate it.
Because
Nobody's relationship is the same.
Exactly. But what she was saying was, she was like, yeah, you know, my coworkers, you know, her husband or whatever, you know, they have like, they talk about like real like adult stuff, and like they have like an adult relationship, and like I want us to have that. So my question to her was just like,
what's an adult?
Yeah, like
So did you figure?
What's an adult relationship, like, to the point where, not even in a sarcastic manner, but like in a like, well, all right, my nigga, well, what conversation do you want me to bring to the table?
What adult
so that
I need to bring?
Yeah, so that you'll feel like we're
right
in a top tier relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And she couldn't answer that question.
That's a hard question
and the fact that she couldn't answer it in a weird way, like, it made her more upset at me. So that's why I always ask people, like, what is an adult relationship? Because to be honest with you, I think adults might want to try having fucking teenage relationships, because those are the ones that be the most lit.
But you can't do that.
Why can't you? Because teenage relationships
can
involve fucking really liking each other, a lot of affection, a lot of fucking making out, and if you having sex, fucking chilling, just enjoying each other's company as a person.
But you can't
avoid
like the adult problem.
So I'm gonna tell you what makes an adult conversation.
An adult.
The bills. So when you talk about when you bring it to the table how to get some of these bills paid, I guess that what makes an adult conversation.
What was she saying?
That's wild to me.
What was she saying they were talking about that made it in an adult relationship?
She wouldn't say. Because I was definitely asking.
So then what conversation?
I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know.
Maybe she was saying an adult conversation, but she meant like a mature relationship.
But even then, what is that?
I guess,
because to me, when somebody says a mature relationship, to me that means, all right, let me sit up straight, let me put a tie on, let's go out to dinner and have a fucking boring ass conversation. Let's not laugh. Let's not be goofy.
I would say an adult relationship, because when we were younger, what did we do? We just go Supreme Fish Delight
and just sit
in the truck.
That was it.
And just wait till my mama say where I'm at. But now we are at a point where we need to start talking about not careers. Bills. No, it's not even about careers. It's about goals, because we can't just sit on the back of the truck eating lemon pepper wings all day.
Right.
We can do that, but in the midst of us doing that, we need to talk about how we're going to make the amount of money we need to make to support the type of life that we want. And I personally cannot be in a relationship with somebody that cannot or will not do that.
What type of life do you want, though?
I mean,
and that's just a general question, not.
So I knew I wanted to buy a house.
Let me stop you there. Mm-hmm. Cause this just
giving you flashbacks.
Not even flashbacks, right? But like, do you know why you wanted to buy a house? Yeah, I just figured if I'm gonna pay this much in rent, then I might as well just own whatever it is I'm paying. But like, might as well don't sound like you really wanted it.
No, this is what I want. If I put something, I make vision boards every year. So if I put something on my vision board, is what I want and it's what I'm going to do.
Have you gotten a house yet?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Do you feel fulfilled because of that? And I'm not
gonna say I feel fulfilled, but it was what I wanted. That's what I wanted, and it's part of the bigger picture for me. So I wouldn't say fulfilled.
What is that? What you say?
I wouldn't even call it an accomplishment.
No, it is. I'm not. No, I'm.
No, I'm not. I would not consider it an accomplishment, because the older you get, it's just like, oh yeah, you know, if you're 35. I mean, if somebody said I just bought a house at 35, I'm like, okay.
Nah, that's an accomplishment.
That's an accomplishment. You got older folks that's 40s and they still looking
I wouldn't consider
it's an accomplishment. But see, that's kind of my point though, right? Because if you buy a house and you don't look at it as an accomplishment, is there something that you really wanted?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or is it just something that you getting because society says that that's what you're supposed to have? And that's my point. That's why I asked, like, what makes you really want a house? Like, does it fulfill you? Does it make you feel? Does it give you a sense of accomplishment? Because it should.
It should.
Because if it doesn't, then that's an issue. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. I mean, I guess you could look at it as an accomplishment, but I know the things that I want in the future, and like I said, this was just a piece of the puzzle. It's not an end goal. It's just a stepping stone to get to where I'm trying to get next.
So you're not gonna feel accomplished till you get there?
I'm weird. I feel like I'm not gonna be accomplished until I'm 65 in my big beautiful bed and breakfast home.
You know what's crazy though, man? You know what's crazy? I've actually dated several women who, and just know several people who have like and don't get me wrong, like, it's not bad to have goals. It's not, like, you definitely should have goals. I have goals. I had goals. Like, you know what I'm saying? Without goals, like, you just fucking wandering.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
No direction, nothing.
But at the same time, though, you always want to kind of be careful of, like, placing your joy in, like, the next, like, checking some shit off the list, because you'll never really find that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, because the weird thing about accomplishing a goal is, like, it's so cliche. It's so cliche when, like, niggas just say, like, the what is the fucking saying? Like, the journey, or the prize is in the journey, or like the whatever. Basically, like, the journey is like the actual experience. Like, that's the part that actually is the best part about it, because when you reach the goal, it's done. Like, now you're, like, back to square one almost.
That's
like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's weird, because I've even been in situations where you go so hard at something, but then once you accomplish it, it's like, what do I do now? Yeah. So now you just got to invent another thing to fucking go hard for, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just like, sometimes you trick yourself into not ever really being able to be fulfilled, because it's always going to be another thing. And you always going to tell yourself, I'm going to be happy when That's funny. I'm gonna be happy when
That's funny.
And then you really never get happy because
I don't think like
you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy you say that, right? About the journey and the experience, because like this whole time around, like since I've been home, like even though I still got goals that I want to accomplish, my main overall thing in my life that I be feeling like is like this time, like it's all about the experience. It's all about life experiences. And it's like, for me, it's like every time I experience something or I go through something, I learn something about that shit. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And like I just learned, just like even with being with her, like it's, even though in my heart what I wanted to do was marry her, like now I would probably put that shit on hold because I know that like it's still so much shit that I have to learn and go through in order to be this person that's, you know what I'm saying, that's worthy or this can say, okay, let's marry. Like to be that man that, right. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, and it's crazy because like what women don't know is, or what people don't know in general, is that sometimes a person, you might have to teach a person how to love you. You know what I'm saying? We have these expectations where we just expect somebody to know how to love us and what to do when we feeling like this or that. And the truth is, nigga don't know until you goddamn talk to him or tell him about it or he learn and shit. You feel what I'm saying? And we do that shit so much that the first time we meet somebody and then they don't meet our expectations, we be ready to say, all right.
Yeah. Nah, that's facts. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. Was that the goal when y'all were together? Did either one of y'all pressure the other one to like rush into the relationship or rush to the next level?
I don't think either one of us pressure each other. I would never pressure anybody.
She would play.
Well, not like
she used to be playing.
But you know what though? Like women have a talent of like pressuring without pressure.
I am not that person. It's the opposite.
Okay.
Pressuring what?
Well, you got. I call it the finesse press.
Yeah.
The finesse press for what?
What's your take on it?
Man, look, like for real, like even though she never really said nothing.
What pressure about what though? Let's get finesse or pressure of what? Finessing of what?
The finesse press, bro. She put the finesse press on me to get me like what she don't know is because of her attitude. Because of her attitude, what she don't know is I stopped doing so much shit. I stopped going out. I stopped hustling. I stopped doing a lot of shit. But it came from the finesse press. Because every time I used to do these things, she got that attitude. You know that silent treatment shit today? That's the finesse press, bro.
When you say pressure, what are you talking about? Pressure of what? For what?
Well, just from my personal experience, if that's what you're asking about, the pressure was like it was just kind of like a pressure to just move to the next level.
No, that has never been me.
Yes, you did.
To what?
You pressured me to stop hustling and
that's
take
not
my.
what he's saying.
But I appreciate her for that.
He is talking about. I think if it's.
Are you talking about relationship wise, or are you talking about just in general through life?
I was talking about relationship wise.
Are you talking about as far as like commitment or like and then like marriage and stuff like that? I have never pressured you.
Okay.
Because.
But just kind of get you to change some of your ways is what you
to
need.
get you to be better.
I got you. But you know what though? That's a slippery slope too. Just because better for you might not, somebody else might not think that that's what better for them is. You know what I'm saying? And that's it's a hard argument for me to be on your side with the street shit though. But just the word better, like, cause I'll give you an example. With jobs, right? Some women will push you to go for a promotion or go for another job or a better job or a more high paying job or a job in a supervisory role. When in reality, some people actually like what they do. Like some people are content with what they're doing right at this moment, and that doesn't necessarily and really you don't have no say on what's really best for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm happy, like it's one thing if I come home every day and I'm like, oh, this fucking job, or man, I need more money, or blah blah. Like then yeah, nigga might need a push. But you know what I'm saying? If you coming home and you're like, you cool, you chilling, like you are. Why is that funny? Like no, because
Are you saying that's what you were? Are you saying that was you?
In some ways, but see, I've gone through. My dream in life was to be a professional baseball player. Like I did that, not on the level that I wanted, not on the $1 million level, but like I played minor league baseball. So I got paid money to play baseball, which is being professional. So in a way, I'm in a weird space where ain't nothing gonna be better than that. Like, you know what I mean? So like I've been through like the fucking 12-hour road trips on a bus with no air conditioning type of shit. I've been through sleeping in cars to go to tryouts because I ain't have money to be in a hotel. And like I've been through that grind, and I've succeeded, and I've surpassed that chapter in my life. So like now just having like some stability of a regular 9-to-5 that's cool. Like I'm cool. Like, you know what I mean? And until I find like another thing that I'm like really truly passionate about, that I could really go hard and be willing to sleep in a car for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but
can I ask you a question?
Yeah, for sure.
What's your life's passion?
What's my life's passion? I mean, it was baseball for a long time. And then I went through a period, maybe still going through a period, where I'm trying to search trying to find or trying to have something find me that that allows me to like give that same energy to. And for the like, I'm 34. I stopped playing ball when I was 27. So like for like them first like.
Can I just say you look good.
I was gonna say.
I swear I thought you were about my age, about 28, 29 or something.
I appreciate
Not
you.
that that's older, but I would never guess you a 34-year-old.
I appreciate
That's
that.
accurate.
All right, I'm gonna edit that out and say I'm 29 and I'm up.
You
but nah.
do look 21.
But like I literally ain't really had no real job until like I was like 27, 28. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in the corporate America shit for about 6-7 years, and like that shit is trash. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I ain't gonna
more than trash.
like it's like I understand the trade off though, because you know with sports or entertainment, nothing is really stable. Like it's no real stability. Like either it's like feast or famine. Like you know what I'm saying? Like either you're gonna do really really well, or you're gonna struggle for a little minute. Like you know what I'm saying? But it's that love that like keeps you pushing. But the 9-to-5 shit, the corporate shit, it's it's mundane as fuck. But you know you got that X amount of dollars coming like every other week.
Guaranteed.
You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like that's really the trap for real. Like
Right.
that's what keep you there,
Right.
like doing the
'Cause you
whole
get
fucking
content.
exactly.
With
You're
security.
able to exactly because you're able to pay your shit. You're able to fucking you know what I'm saying, have your weekends off, or you able to have a little money to do some fun shit here. But you gotta like you know, but it's not really something that you love, and like I'm kind of still in that. I'm kind of still in that mode, but
is that not a fear though?
What?
I say, is that not a type of fear? Like, not getting used to that security and then you like, man, I can't branch away from that shit. God damn, boy. Why?
It's weird with me, and I don't know if this is like some Libra shit or whatever, but my experience with sports, man, like, I don't be stressing about shit. Cause like I feel like I've been through real pressure situations. Like I've been in situations where if you get released, you go home. Like I'm in a city. I'm in a.
Though.
I'm sorry.
That's the same thing with corporate though.
Not really.
Layoffs.
Not for real. But layoffs. At least you got one more check coming. With layoffs, at least with layoffs, sometimes or firings or whatever you want to call it, like at least they might give you a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like with ball, nigga, you could be playing great, and for whatever reason, somebody else could come in who got a better resume than you. You might have a bad relationship with somebody who's in a position of power, and they could just send you home, and you can't do shit about it. And like for me, and you gotta perform every single day.
Can baseball players collect unemployment? That's a serious question.
I mean, you probably get a pension, but you talking about you gotta be in the major leagues for a certain amount of years for that. You know what I'm saying? And but just like sports is just a whole different. Like I don't like for me, not corporate America. Like you hired to get fired, man. Like as soon as you get hired, they turn that fucking sand clock over. Like you know what I'm saying?
Accurate.
And like just for me, I don't know if it's like because I believe in God, or I just believe that I'm gonna be all right. Honestly.
And look, that's like a secret ability. It's like a secret power. You feel me? Like
it is.
It is a superpower, like for real. Cause like a lot of time people be going through stuff, and I talk to a lot of people, and I be telling, and I just tell folks that, especially when they be stressing. Like I got a homegirl, she going through some of the craziest shit. But I tell her everything.
You must know it too.
I don't know, but he hang out with some interesting people. Let me just say, I don't get it mixed in with that crap.
Hey, but look though, it be like this for me. Like you can't put nothing on a person's energy or the type of person that they is just because of the shit that they going through. You feel what I'm saying? Like you can control how you deal with them, but that just because boom, a person got all that extra shit going on, that don't necessarily mean that they a bad person.
It doesn't mean that they a bad person, but listen.
But look,
I'm not hanging out with a lot of people that got a lot of extra shit going on.
I don't always hang out with her. We just talk. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, she might just
thing.
call me for some moral support. Like,
yeah, but
bruh,
you don't ever know what that next phone call gonna be. Somebody that's always going through something.
Yeah, I mean, not always, but
you
you know what I mean.
Always going through something.
When I say always,
I know people like that.
I don't exactly mean always, but more
I know what you
frequently.
mean, but yeah, nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I keep my distance away from people like
That's
that
what
too.
I'm saying. Yeah.
But sometimes people be needing a positive, like somebody positive to get them through. You feel what I'm saying? To just get them that encourage them.
But when you gonna tell
words.
that person they tripping?
Oh, I tell you, straight up, you got to be honest with them. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what they appreciate. You feel what I'm saying? When you could be honest and offer some encouragement. Like,
did y'all have that? Just to bring it back to the relationship shit. Like, did y'all have that kind of dynamic? Like, was there one person who was more down more often than the other?
When you say down,
like mentally, like psychologically, like just energy wise. Like, I'll give you another example. Like, in the relationships that I've been in, like, I'm always the person that the other person feels like they can go to calm them down, right? So I'm like the talk you off the ledge person. Like, that's my role. But when you play that role, you never get an opportunity to go to them because they always on the fucking ledge. So what about that day that you on the ledge?
right?
Who you supposed to fucking talk to?
I'm still trying to figure that one out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I asked. Like, it's tough to be like, I get what you're saying. Like, to be that calming energy or that person that like that people know that they can come to you and they can get a level-headed answer or level-headed advice.
Some wisdom, some advice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there are days, my nigga, when that level-headed nigga ain't so level.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, so now who am I supposed to go to now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the person I'm in a relationship with is always on the fucking ledge. So who gonna talk me off of that shit? You know what I'm saying? So I guess like,
I think that goes to say without saying. It was more so you just based on your situation.
What you mean?
He said who was the person that was always giving advice or talking off the ledge. Not off the ledge, but
I mean, you know,
giving more advice more than the other one. I think he was always.
But I just meant energy, like, cause I one of the questions I ask and people laugh at it. I always ask like potential, you know, girlfriends or whatever. Like, how many bad days do you think you have a year, or whatever? I don't think people think about that, but when you with a person, like, could you imagine talking to somebody where like out of 7 days a week, they seem to have a bad day like 4 of those days? That's a lot.
That could
be draining.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and if you really think about it, like, damn, like, how many bad days I got a year? Like, like
that's a good question. I'm gonna start writing it down every time I have a bad day so I can count at the end of the year.
For real.
That's a good way.
Cause for real, like, if you over it, like, for me, I maybe got about 10, 15.
Yeah.
Some niggas
I can probably count on 2 hands.
That's what I'm saying.
Some
people be in the hundreds though. Like, if you really like, and I think, but part of that also is
the type of energy.
What they think is a bad day.
Right. Perception.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of that is like, some bad shit will happen. Do you just fucking brush it off, or do you let that ruin your entire day?
I look,
like, cause that's
so
on you.
I'm gonna say this about us. So when it came down to it, in our dynamic, she's the logic one. She was the one. Don't do this because this might happen. You know what I'm saying? She was the logic. I was more the man. Fuck that shit. Let's do it. Yeah. And so like we had that kind. I think that was like one of the reasons like how we even gravitated and corresponded, like just coexisted with each other. You feel what I'm saying? Just like are opposites. You feel what I'm saying? Cause she definitely is the complete opposite of me. Like, I fly off quick, real quick. No?
Yeah.
And she's the type. She's so calculate everything.
That might be some Libra shit too, though. You know what I'm saying? Now we gotta figure out the situation. Like, what's gonna be the smartest? What's the smartest play? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's make sense right here.
Also, can't show no immediate reaction.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta think about it first. That's all.
Now, I wanted to ask y'all this, so we get a little more personal, or whatever. Y'all can always tell me,
pineapple, fuck
out of here.
Pineapple.
And that's cool.
That's our safe word.
And that's cool. But I'm gonna ask my shit anyway, right? What was y'all sex life like? Was that ever an issue? Was that ever an issue that? Because sex is so.
Was it sexy?
Sex is so important, but it's so fragile depending on like the two people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like a lot of women say, or a lot of people say that like men have like super fragile egos. I feel like women, man. When it comes to sex, because like every woman think they shit is the fucking best, right? So like, yeah, I just, just how did that play a part in any dynamic in your relationship, whether it be positive or negative?
It definitely did, I think. Because with me, if I'm not feeling you in any type of way, it could be a slight little thing. There is no sex, period. And because there was such a long period of time that I was not feeling you, it just was not happening. Which is like he said, which probably led to that moment.
So wait a minute.
I can't help it.
So like, what qualifies as not feeling you though? Like what's something minor that could make you be like, oh, I'm not feeling this?
So you heard him when he said we're the exact opposite of each other?
Okay.
It's more than opposite. I think it's extremely opposite. So you did a lot of stuff that would turn me off. And you still do. But that doesn't mean that I don't love you. But you still do. And because I'm already not a super sexually driven person, the slightest thing that you do that gets on my nerves will shut me all the way down.
Why you're not sexual?
I'm not saying I'm not. It's just not something that's like drives me.
She used to be when we was in high school.
I'm not saying that I'm
came
not.
Home, that shit was like, it was just different. I was just like,
because and
wait, what you mean? What you mean?
And it was
back in high school, man. It was every day splacking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account type shit.
But when but that's
now,
but you have to understand, you were gone. I went through a period of time where I continued to do that.
See, that's what I guess that had something to do with it.
Like
okay.
you were in prison. I was still out living life.
Right.
That is what I was doing.
Right. Okay.
So now that
it's old to you now.
It's not. I'm not saying it's old, but it's just like, okay, we did that. What else are we really about to go do? Can we go? I don't want to skydive, but okay, let's go skydiving.
She used to be illing so hard because she didn't even know, like, that shit used to kill me about you, because I used to sit back and I used to be like, I know you, well, maybe you don't, or maybe you do, but I don't know what the fuck this shit supposed to be like. So why would you not want to mold me, like, or why would you not want to? Why would you not want to, like, tell me or kind of like put the finesse press into which direction I should be going instead of just shutting off completely?
That's accurate. I would say before you know, I was also in another long-term relationship.
Right.
There was nobody else that I was with during that time. So coming out of a long-term relationship and then going to another person like this, and we rushed straight. I'm not gonna say we rushed, but we jumped right into it. And that was kind of like a shock for me, having to relearn a whole new person. That was weird.
What was why didn't you want to take that time in between?
The man just came home from prison. What we gonna do? Sit down and talk about it?
Could've.
You know, we should have, but that's not how it goes.
Okay.
you see somebody you haven't seen in a very long time. Well, we've seen each other, but you haven't done something with in a really long time. You just want to.
I got you.
And then,
But we should have learned each other first before
you
that
know what
happened.
it was? We was both reaching for that back what we had back then, and we thought it was
But
gonna
we're
be
different people, so
and
it's
that right there, like when you asked that question, you were like, why y'all not together? Like I kind of like just came to the conclusion of like she grew to be who she was, and I grew to be who I was, and it's like we just we better as friends.
I got you.
That's accurate.
What was there anything? I want to stay on the sex shit for a minute, right? Was there ever anything where either one of you thought he could be better at this or she could be better at this? But you opted to keep it to yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Only thing I thought she could be better at was more sex.
I got you. So
I ain't gonna. Maybe it's me.
Wait,
I ain't got no complaints about it.
But what's when you say more, right? Because I'm real black and white. So like, what would have been sufficient for you?
10 times a day. But I'll let you answer that.
You understand me?
10 times a day, like, God damn, am I energized bunny or what?
Oh my God.
Shit.
And what about?
I would have ate out her hand.
and what about you? Because you let out a couple of Yep.
The foreplay. He thinks. Maybe he don't think. I don't know. Women, we don't just turn on. Like, I don't have a dick. It's not just gone.
Okay.
That's not how that works.
That ain't how it work with niggas either, man. Don't have.
But look, though, why you just?
I could kiss you on your neck and you ready to go.
That's still a form of foreplay, though.
You could kiss me on my neck one time. That don't mean I'm ready to go. I probably like, nigga, why are you kissing me?
Really?
Yeah.
You tell me that?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I would say that was his problem.
So, how did y'all tackle that? Or how did you tackle it?
I don't think we did, and that's the problem.
She never said nothing. Mm-hmm. Now she wouldn't tell it on the fuking show.
That's why we're here.
Kind of shit that is.
I know.
Well,
like, why would you? What stopped you from expressing that though?
I don't know.
She thought I was supposed to know. I was automatically supposed to fucking know.
I've
been locked up for fucking 7 years. I'm not getting no pussy in them. All I'm doing is jacking.
Yeah,
like jacking and fantasizing and reading novels and shit. Like, you feel me? Like,
I don't like hurting people's feelings. I guess I feel like that's an honest answer. I guess I would feel like it would hurt his feelings.
You ain't gonna hurt my fucking feelings by saying, "Nigga, give me more."
But I feel like I did sometimes, and I did, and it did hurt your feelings.
When? Please.
It was more so recent when I was at your house down the street, and I said, "You don't have to do this."
Oh,
and then you got in your feelings.
I didn't get in my feelings.
What happened? What happened?
Let me explain, no,
baby. Alright, you tell your story. Now I'm gonna tell my version.
What happened?
So for me, like, if you cook dinner and then you like put a movie on and then you like rub my feet and you I didn't know this. Let me finish. And stuff like that would lead up to that.
Okay.
But you just wanna, we sit here, we watch TV, you just wanna straight up just give me head and think that just means that, okay, I'm ready. Like, no.
Time out. So wait.
But
No. All right, I'm gonna hold on.
Flag on the plate.
I'm gonna play my power.
I gotta.
My power play of this
ahead.
This is my show. So let me speak right now. So hold on. So did you just say that y'all was watching TV or watching a movie, and he decides that he just wants to give you head? Is that what you said though?
That is, but I have.
And then you were. That's not good.
No. So that was his form, I think, personally.
That was enough.
No. Let me finish my statement.
I'm thinking that's enough.
Of trying to get me wet. I can get wet on my own. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't understand.
You don't understand that? Women, like, I feel like men will rush into like, okay, I'm ready to have sex. Let me just get her some head, and that is her way of getting wet. Like I can get wet on my own. I don't need you to give me head in order for it.
So what did you need him to do?
She wanted the theatrics.
I don't want theatrics.
Not theatrics, but you wanted the
kiss me and do other stuff.
But then I started doing that. I did that one time. When you really made me feel some type of way. I thought something else was going on. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Like, damn, like, you don't want to fuck me? Like, you don't want to what? Like, oh, what? So I'm like, so that shit had me in this whole...
Wait. What happened to where you...
It was
one day... Feel like that?
It was one day where, like, we was laying in the bed, and I guess I was trying to work my mood, and goddamn, you know, it was late. The lights was out. It was 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. We didn't want no damn TV, man. We was just laying in the bed, you know, I get, goddamn, you know how it go when you be laying, you get the rubbing and trying to see what's shaking, baking, and barbecuing.
It didn't feel genuine. It just felt like she said she liked this, so let me do this and see if it worked. But it didn't feel genuine.
Was this your first time?
No.
Nah, this was like, damn, this was like probably like what? About 6 months ago.
So all right. I'm a little confused though because so if y'all know each other that well, y'all have a rapport. How could you think that it's not genuine?
I felt like it was not genuine. It felt like
I was just trying to get something.
Yeah, it felt like she said this is what she liked, so let me just.
But the fact that I even took into consideration what you like and tried it, like that didn't mean that.
So in a situation like this, right? Because I feel like this is a conversation that I would have with my girlfriend if I was in a relationship, right? So like, I'm gonna just insert myself in the conversation real quick. So you told me what you like to have done. I took mental notes, and the next time that I wanted to have sex, I said, "Oh shit, this is what she likes to have done," because she told me, and then I do it. And it's disingenuous. Like I don't like what. So my question to you would.
Confusing.
So my question to you would be. So my question to you would be, what should he have done?
It felt like he was doing it for himself and not me.
But what should he have done to make it feel like it was for you?
Now see, that's a good question.
Because if you don't know, how is he gonna know that?
I don't know. It's just a feeling. It just felt like it was for you and not for me because it was quick. Like it was just let me do this.
No, I went through the whole. I kissed on you for a long time. Kissed and rubbed for a good little minute.
It just didn't, and then I think what made it even feel less ingenuine if that's even a word. It's like he could tell that wasn't working. So here you go. Well, let me just get her some head and get this over with. And then that's when I said to you, I said, that's not how, you know. I said, you don't have to do that. I know. It's confusing. I know. I'm sorry.
I'm confused too. I ain't gonna lie.
I've been confused.
I'm lost.
I be thinking some of it out.
Nah, because you know what, but honestly though, you know what it is? I think the way that men think is we think in terms of like what we think would be awesome right now. And it's like, because I could imagine sitting watching a movie with a girl, and I know I could be thinking in my head like, damn, it would be super dope if she just fucking just unzip my shit and just start go.
But
like, you know what I'm saying? Different for guys. So if a dude is thinking that, damn, that'd be dope for me, let me fucking do that shit for her, and like she should think that shit is awesome too. So it just throws us off when it's like, that's not the shit that y'all like.
I get it, but
and then I just don't understand like because it sounds like it was just a lack of like conversation there. Like, did y'all ever talk about what y'all like sexually?
Man, now keep it real. Now I used to always try to talk about shit. Man, what you would do? Keep that shit funky.
You answer the question. I don't know. I really don't.
You don't know what happened every time we would try to talk about anything?
What would I do?
That Libra shit.
Yo, what's up? I ain't subscribing to this one. What's this one?
Hey, look, you know how she said about them councils? Yeah, that
I'm
Libra
not.
shit. The shit down.
I'm not a talker, but I am gonna do better. I'm trying to do better.
Oh, you're a silent treatment giver? Oh, that's the worst.
Man, she's a master.
That's the worst.
It's
that's
very
tough.
effective,
That's
and
tough.
that's what's my problem.
But it's really
But
not.
it's effective, but it's not effective.
really
you
good.
get the results
no, I
you
understand.
want,
I know.
but you don't think about what it does to other people though.
I know.
Nah, I don't think I've dealt with a couple of silent treatment givers, and like for the first few times, you know, you find yourself like trying to get them to talk, but then it's like if you know that's their routine, you know, me personally, I just like all right, fuck it.
But
then.
I learned how to deal with it though.
How you do it? Because I don't know how to.
Like like it used to be like this. If I feel like she got an attitude for something legit, then I would try to make my way. I would try to make my way to kind of change whatever it was. But if I feel like she got an attitude about some shit, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
I just be like, man, fuck this shit, man. She gonna be alright. Shit, goddamn.
What do you think? What does the silent treatment like accomplish though? To you?
That's something I developed when I was really young. Like when my dad would make me mad in order to like break him, and I know that sounds so bad, and like finally make him come to and finally make him come to me and say I'm sorry. Like I would do that, and so I think I still kind of do that because I was like that worked on my daddy, so I'm gonna do it on everybody else.
I'm glad you said that because you had said something earlier about. I think you being like your mom and your pop. I guess being in two different households or whatever. I kind of had a similar upbringing. Like I grew up with my mom in St. Louis, but I always had a relationship with my dad. Like he lived in Philly and New York City, so I would like travel back and forth just to form that relationship and everything. But do you feel like that played any kind of part in? Not only just obviously just like your life in general, but just like in how you are in relationships or like how you deal with or treat the women that you date.
No, I don't think. I think it either way it go. It's still like being with my mom. You know what I'm saying? It taught me how to treat a woman. Like one thing about it, like I never mistreated her. I never disrespected her. I ain't never called her name, put my hands on her. Like being with my mom taught me that. You feel what I'm saying? And then like being around my dad, it taught me how to be a gentleman. You feel what I'm saying? Like I hold the door for her, you know what I'm saying? Open the door when she get in the car, like you know what I'm saying? Like that. So as far as relationship wise, cause like I ain't never seen them do no crazy shit in their relationship. I ain't gonna even lie to you, I really don't even remember their relationship. But
was they ever married or they was just
they was married.
Okay.
But one thing I can say about them now, like, and this is something that it taught me, like, even though we split up, we could still be friends. You feel what I'm saying? So I learned that much from them being. But both of them contributed different things to making me to how I treat women in my relationships and stuff like that.
Did anything, because that all sounded like positive shit. Do you feel like any negative things like trickled down?
Nah, I can't even say it.
I would say he is a wonderful man. There's nothing negative to say about him as far as being a man.
Right. That's what's up.
I think your parents did a very good job.
Thank you.
He's gonna be a great husband. So
One
day. I have absolutely nothing bad to ever say about you. Never disrespectful. You know, you might get mad and hang up, but you know,
That's to stop me from being
you're not
disrespectful.
disrespectful. There is not one thing negative that his parents, which is shocking to me because, you know, you and your dad's relationship, you would think that you would be a certain type of way because of that, but they did a really good job. They did a really good job.
That's dope. What about you? Like, what's your parents' situation?
Oh, yeah. They definitely passed down some negative things to me. Like, my mom, she never had a man while I was growing up. So, I guess she would say she's independent. I'm not saying she's independent, but there was no man. So, it's just like, I guess you are independent. So, what that taught me was I'm not saying I don't need a man, but I'm not going to
depend on
you. And so that's an issue because I probably don't make a man feel like a man sometimes.
Was that ever a thing, like when y'all dated?
I think the only thing like that I could see came down from that was that I had this thing with sometimes where like I be feeling like who the hell you talking to? Like you talking to me some simple shit. This shit simple, man. I'm not retarded, man. Like it's like this condescending thing she kind of do sometimes. But it's like what I learned was I thought it was a trust thing. Like if you don't trust somebody to do something or be able to do a bit. But see, that's why I was like, time after time again, I done showed myself to you that I know how to handle shit, to handle my business, handle your business, handle our business. So it's like, why you still be trying to handle me like I don't know what's going on?
Because sometimes I feel like you don't.
Trust me though, I got this shit. I'm good. Look at where I'm at now.
In times where you felt like you had shit under control and you felt like, nah, nigga, you don't. Was there ever a conversation about that? Like, because honestly, like, I kind of think, I think like it's weird how it can be a bonding moment when two people like see something different, but then they actually sit down and have a conversation about it. Like that's an opportunity for understanding to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if you don't trust him, but you don't tell him why you don't trust him, like he not ever gonna understand like why she don't trust me.
I would say I didn't trust him on certain life things because, like you have stated, you have not gone through certain things at that point.
But remember this too, it was just a different world for me. I still had to handle my business in life situations and there and learn how to make the right decisions, learn how to, I ain't gonna fuck with them niggas, even though I wanna, I'm gonna just be a dope, I'm gonna be mature, I'm gonna stop and just, you feel what I'm saying? So it taught me, not even that though, but it taught me how to think through situations. You know what I'm saying? Because before you even knew how to handle certain life situations, you had to encounter it first and then learn how to think through it and get through it. And then after that, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, even though I didn't deal with certain shit, like I ain't gonna lie, like paying bills and stuff like that, like all that shit still new to me. You feel what I'm saying? I still be needing help learning how to, you know what I'm saying, handle my bills and pay them and stuff like that. But when it comes to like dealing with people or Home Depot or the movers down the street or the county and stuff, like I know how to handle certain stuff, but I ain't gonna lie, I don't know everything, but I know how to. You know what I'm saying? But that was a big thing because it wasn't even just her, but like my mom and my dad, like a lot of folks still looked at me like, I don't know if you got it, cause you.
But can you blame somebody for that?
But it's like
And nobody's saying that you don't know or you're not stupid. We literally know that you might have not done something like this yet. So let us try to help or reinforce or say it again, but to help you. But then you always take it as somebody saying that or feeling like we're belittling you or saying that you're a little boy. No, people are genuinely trying to help you, and you have a complex. You do.
I do have.
You have a complex. I can't stand
that little boy shit.
Okay, but it's not about being a little boy. It's about somebody trying to help you, and it's okay to accept help.
But I'm saying, I feel like this, like, man, look at the progress since from the time I came home to today. Look at all the progress that I done made.
Nobody said that you didn't, though.
But I'm saying, like, so that should show, like, in my mind, I feel like everybody should be able to look at what I'm doing, the progress I'm making, and be like, all right, he got it, he could.
No.
If he come to me and ask me for some help, I give it to him. But I ain't finna just be telling him how to do this, how to do that. And look, she controlling too now. She's and see, I'm just the type like I ain't get up off me. I can't go for it. You feel? Yeah. So that was like one thing where we had to try to balance that shit out some kind of way. You feel what I'm saying? Because even though I don't like it and she do it, that didn't necessarily mean to me like, man, fuck you then. But it just meant in me like, okay, let me try to find a way to try to balance that shit out.
With the controlling part, did you? That's an interesting dynamic to me too, because like, is this something that is just instinctual to try to control the situation, or is it like a test of, let me see if he allows me to control him, because if he does, and that means that that's not the man for me, because I need a, you know what I'm saying? You know how
both. It's a little bit of both.
Really?
It's a little
you don't think that's like sabotage though?
It is, but then it isn't. I don't know if y'all ever seen, is his name Farrakhan?
Yeah, Farrakhan.
Yeah,
On the Breakfast Club before. I don't know if you ever heard what he said.
What you talking about? A woman to test you?
Yeah, I know that's a little
dumb though.
It's
dumb as shit.
What is it though? I ain't never heard.
Basically, he was, and I'm paraphrasing, but he was just kind of like, and correct me if I'm wrong, he was like, a man don't really know if he's a man until he like has a woman in his life, because women are gonna like test you like on purpose to basically see like what kind of man that you are, or some shit like that. But to me, it's dumb because it's a game, and a game will come from people who swear that they don't have time for games, which don't make sense to me, because it's like that'd be the woman who is like, all right, I'm gonna do this to see how he react to the shit that I do, and if he don't react the way that I want, then I ain't gonna fuck with him, cause I ain't got time for games. But that's a whole fucking game that you like you know what I mean? Like that shit don't make no fucking sense to me. But it's something that I don't understand that, because like you swear up and down like you don't play no games, but then it's like you playing the game though. Like just say what you mean and mean what you say. And if everybody would just do that, like a lot of things would just be a lot more simple. As opposed to fucking playing, like why you playing chess with the nigga that you trying to be with forever? Like that don't make no fucking sense to me.
It don't.
Like,
and that was my thing too. Like, I love you. I'm gonna go all the way. I'm like this. If you go Mission Impossible for me, man, fuck that. I'm gonna go Mission Impossible and 007 for you. No cap. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And it's like when all of that is put on the table, like you already know, like boom, this person genuinely has my best interest at heart. Boom, this person, I can see, like I felt like sometimes too, like you ain't never see the growth in me, like you ain't never see.
I didn't say that.
It felt like that.
I didn't say that, but I do recognize at that time, and still at this point, you still have a long way to go.
I do. I do, but I learn real fast, and I pick up even faster. And I was like, you should know these things about me. Like, I feel like if you really, really knew me, like you were supposed to, or like, you know what I'm saying, like we really, really knew each other. I felt like you should see this. Like you should.
I do, and did, and still do.
So it was like, why the hell? Like certain shit just used to puzzle me. That shit just used to have me confused. Like, why the fuck you still be handling me like this? Or like, and then like sometimes I ain't gonna lie, like she would try to, you know what I'm saying, on her end when it was stuff that we was going through, you know what I'm saying? Like she'd try to do certain things like stop nagging. Like to me it was nagging. You feel what I'm saying? To them it don't be nagging. It just be like
reminding.
Yeah.
It just be it just be some FYIs, you know.
That's what I mean.
Just so you know.
Yes.
Just don't forget.
And it's just like, and then combine that with the non-communication, I just be so baffled. Like, what the fuck do I want? Like, what you want from me? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm giving you everything. I'm giving you my best. Like, I would look at the motherfucking camera and say, it's not a woman out there who could ever say that they retrieve the same, they got the same kind of treatment
Of course
that you
not.
got. Is never. You feel what I'm saying? So, and then I use, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
that goes back to the expectation talk, because we as people, like, we can feel like we were working really, really hard, but for whatever reason,
in another person's eyes, it don't look like
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But part of that is because the expectations are never put on the table in a literal sense. You know what I'm saying? Because it would be a lot, because you can accept failure with way more grace if you know what the expectations are before you start going to work. Basically, like if you're able to say, I need you to do this, 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 and this by this date. You know what I'm saying? So now you have some tangible shit to be like, all right, either I'm gonna meet the goal or I'm not gonna meet the goal. So like when the day comes, it's either you did or you didn't, and it ain't no gray area. But a lot of the time, you'll have an expectation up here,
right?
But it don't never come out of here,
right?
To the person that you expecting to do all this shit,
right?
So then when they don't do it, and you think you busting your ass, and you're not getting appreciation for it because you're not reaching her expectations that she never fucking expressed to you, it's like y'all just keep. It's like running on a fucking hamster wheel, like, you know what I'm saying? And I've experienced that shit my damn self. So like I know how that shit feels.
How do you put your expectations on people?
Yes, you can.
You can't.
Yes, you can.
I never.
You can't. You can't project. I can't project what I expect out of onto you.
Yes, you can.
No, I wouldn't. Not with everybody. Like, cause I know everybody ain't like.
When you say you can, you mean
it's okay
like
for you when you get into a relationship with somebody. It's okay for you guys to sit across from each other and say, "These are my expectations."
Oh yeah, that's cool. But you can't automatically assume that everybody's supposed to meet your or they gonna meet your expectations.
No, that's another thing. But saying that you can't project your expectations, yes, you can.
No, well, okay, that maybe project was the wrong word or the wrong text.
I can tell you what my expectations are. Should I expect you to meet them? No, but I gave them to you, and if you don't meet them, then I can walk away.
That's what I'm saying. Like I learned. That's what when I meant project. Like I can't put what I expect out of a woman or my significant other like on you. Cause
my issue was I never told you my expectations because I already knew you. So I'm just like, oh, that's Sylvester. I know you already. I don't have to. You just gonna know.
Yeah, nah, that's unfair.
And that's the problem. Because if it was anybody else other than you, at this point in my life,
you would have been walked away.
Absolutely. Especially coming out of what I came out of. Like, I'm gonna tell you up front.
But I wasn't that bad, no.
What do you mean?
I wasn't that bad, no.
We was out the chain for a good while.
When?
Yeah.
He said when?
For a good while.
This thing is
What time frame?
Wait, did y'all besides the phone shit, right? Was there ever any like cheating that y'all know of?
When?
What do you mean? But not the phone, the phone story. Was
The
that ever
phone
like
story?
I ain't never cheated on you.
You ever?
You have definitely had sex with other people while you been home. While we were prior to that point.
While we was together.
You told me you did.
One person, and we was on a break.
One person.
And we was on a break.
Right.
Yes, we was.
You've had sex with more than one person.
Not while we was in a whole relationship type shit though.
How did that go? Like how? Like does the?
And then our relationship was so undefined. Like it. Like I didn't even really know if it was a relationship or not. But like I didn't even try to do it. I just know that we had a connection. We had a bond that you know what I'm saying, that was us. And like,
Excuse me.
You know what I'm saying though? Like I just knew that's all we had. Like I wasn't sure whether we was in a relationship or we was nothing in the relationship. Like I didn't know. I wasn't never sure. It was kind of unclear, but I knew that this is what we had.
So that made it okay.
What?
What you saying when you had sex with that person, that made it okay because it wasn't defined.
Well, I
didn't say that made it okay, but
it doesn't make it okay, but it also doesn't give the other person a right to like really like
get upset.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because
you sleeping at my house every night. It would just be nice to know that you had sex with somebody else.
But you can't do that though. Like I'm not trying to
coming to my house.
I'm not trying to I'm not trying to like gang up, right? But again, I feel like because I'm just real big on the whole like communication shit, right? Because not even speaking for myself, but just niggas in general. If you don't set some shit black and white, man, niggas. I ain't gonna say that they will, but they will be capable of like pulling that loophole out whenever it's convenient. And it's a great,
so basically
it's a great loop.
And he's saying basically what he's saying is like you said you set
label.
yourself up for the.
And what I'm telling you is it's an unbelievably amazing loophole because it's valid. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's valid because like we can be doing all this kind of shit, all this boyfriend girlfriend shit, all this husband wife shit.
Well,
but if we've never ever,
how come a girl could?
Who said you can't?
Who said you couldn't?
That's the thing.
No, I'm not saying I can't, but I'm saying like most like in that situation, a girl would not venture out. But why? Why do I know not to venture out, but you don't?
Because in your mind, you know what you want from me or what you expect out of me, but I'm unsure about it. So it's like.
That doesn't make sense.
All of this is in your mind. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know.
It's so crazy. We talk about this a lot, like as a group on the podcast, right? Because it's myself and two women. Shout out to C and Juice for that. But now, like we just talk about how men and women date differently. Mm-hmm. Like it's so wild how women will just date one person at a time, like. Focusing in on one person at a time, hoping that this is the one that turns into the one. And men will just like, you know, we'll date a couple of people and like see who fits our situation the best, and then just go from there. Mm-hmm. And
I call that going with the flow.
And women, and like, but women will like really get upset because it's like you having loyalty to this one dude when nobody is saying that you need to have that right now. Like that's it, and I think that's the part that makes y'all so upset, because it's y'all choice. Y'all doing that. Ain't nobody.
But they do that because they don't want to look like no hoe.
But that's also your choice.
And to me, I mean, like I had to deal with it, so it's like I could never tell you what to do or how to do it or who to do it with because. Right. I know the feeling of not having the leisure of being able to check on you every day, call you every day, you know what I'm saying, see what you got going on in your day, how you feeling, you know what I'm saying, what's on your mind. Like, I know what it feel like to not to be able to do any of those things and understand at the same time that, boom, you still got a life to live. Like, shit don't stop just because I ain't on the clock. So it's like, I would never... And I ain't never tried to do like don't know shit like that. Like you better not, or you. I ain't never came at you on my insecure shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Have I?
Yeah, you ain't until you went to my phone that day.
I did. But even then, I was not insecure. I literally said nothing to you. I put the phone down. I didn't say nothing to you.
Silent treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you? Why did you feel like that was the best way to handle that? Was you already like mentally checked out, you think?
Yeah, I was mentally checked out, and at that point it was just like, oh, okay. That confirms what I needed to know. So like I said earlier, there's nothing to talk about. And even if it was something to talk about, I'm still not the one to be like,
nah, you ain't gotta do that. You like, so this what you doing?
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, and I'm gonna go finish watching Netflix.
But you ain't even ask me who it was, though.
No, I didn't, cause it don't matter. It don't matter who it was.
It do matter.
A bitch is a bitch. It don't matter what bitch or what the bitch name is. It's a woman, and it's somebody other than me.
But
you wanted me to ask about it. You wanted me to inquire.
No, I didn't. But I wanted.
You wanted me to care.
I wanted you to know that. Okay, boom. Despite whatever you saw, or whatever you might think, it's nothing compared to what we have.
Oh, you sound like a classic nigga. What is that? What is that?
I hadn't even. When you seen it, I had never even laid with that girl. Like,
that's not what her text message said.
No, you lying. You lying.
Oh, maybe that was another text message thread I
lying.
said. She said she was having dick withdrawals. The other message I saw. And that's on God. That's what the message is.
Oh, yeah, she right.
See what I'm saying? So it was more than one person. This is what I'm trying
to say. That was the same person. It was
that's funny.
So you did have sex with her about it. Yeah, I know. I'm not crazy. Yeah, you was having amnesia for a minute. Okay, yeah.
I did. Hey, look, I can admit when I'm wrong.
I know, that's all.
I'm taking accountability.
Mm-hmm. Have you, what do y'all think what would y'all give, like, what kind of warning signs or even like advice would y'all give for like the next person?
Oof.
I don't even be on no shit like that. Like,
What's
you'll know a person that for you when they not trying to put back forth the same effort that you putting out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that energy is, like if you trying to make it work, if you trying to be romantic or whatever it is, if the other person ain't putting forth the same amount of energy or the same amount of time or the same amount of money or resource or whatever it is, if they not putting in what you putting in or they not trying to match you, like that shit might not be for you because ultimately it's just gonna leave you drained.
How y'all feel about that? That's a good that's a good like topic because I felt like I've been in situations where I kind of like I feel like sometimes like as men, right, we are accepting or we're okay with kind of like doing more because like that's kind of what tradition says that it's supposed to happen anyway. Like at what point do you step back and be like, all right, like she's not giving me the same energy? Like at what point do you have to like tell yourself that like nah, like she not doing as much as she should be doing?
I had been thought that shit, but just history is a motherfucker, boy. History will make you goddamn in love too. History and love, like, but those some dangerous motherfuckers. Cause I felt like, boom, like we got history, like. Don't nobody make it this far, you feel what I'm saying, just to say fuck that shit. And then
that should be kind of a trap too though. Like time invested.
I don't care about that no more.
That shit is kind of a trap.
But see, that was new to me, and I was so me dealing with that for the first time. It was like, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to hold on to that, and I still love the Bianca that I knew that I knew back then. Like I don't know this new Bianca. You feel what I'm saying?
How is she? How are y'all new?
Because
just grew like being 17 and 25.
But I'm saying like in your opinion though, like how do you think that you're a new person?
A lot more responsible. I think about things before I do them, and I care a lot about everything.
See that she care, I don't.
Yeah, that's
she care about people, opinions and stuff like that.
I don't know why he thinks that. That's
you do because you be like, don't wear that, Sylvester. Don't do that, Sylvester.
No. I don't care about what people think. I care about the things that you attract to you. So if you're saying you want to be a millionaire or an entrepreneur, no, you shouldn't go into this restaurant with your polo pajamas on and some sandals.
But what they got to do with you being a millionaire?
That's our problem. That's our problem. I don't care what people think of you, but if you saying you want to be a certain person or be at a certain point in life, there are just certain things you have to do. Like, no, I don't want to dress up in a suit and heels when I go to an interview, but I know I'm not gonna get the job if I go in there in this. No, that's not what I want to do, but that's what I have to do if I want to get this job.
That's different.
It's the same principle in life with everything that you do.
No.
Sometimes you have to do stuff that you don't want to do to get the stuff that you want.
Of course, yeah, that's a philosophy.
So what you saying?
That's a philosophy. But you talking about a millionaire in some pajamas.
Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's just hilarious. I mean, I honestly get what both of y'all saying, cause I kind of I'm kind of to the point. I've been that way a long time where I kind of just didn't really give a fuck about how the outside world was viewing me. But then I also know that like when you're in different environments, you gotta wear different hats too.
And
so
do that.
You know what I mean? So
I can do that.
Yeah.
But I feel like this. Back to the if I'm gonna be a millionaire, I'm gonna be a millionaire and get there however I get there. You feel what I'm saying? What anybody else or what I gotta do, like it's so many different ways to be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Some people sit and play with the stock all day and they become millionaires. Some people get out there and they beat the concrete up, you know what I'm saying? And they hustle every day to become millionaires. Some people turn into investors to become millionaires. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different faces and so many different hats. Like, this hat, even though this the hat I'm supposed to wear right now, it's different styles of hats. You know what I'm saying? I might want to wear a blue one with the green. You feel me? Like,
why do you seem stressed out about this? This
it's just a time. This is our biggest disagreement. It's a time and a place everywhere. I would never tell you something that's wrong.
I don't think you would.
I would.
But sometimes
never,
I be feeling like you don't know.
I would.
I
always know what I'm talking about.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I would never tell you anything wrong. I would never steer you in the wrong direction. If I say where we going, you need to put on a tie, then you need to put on a fucking tie for where we about to go.
I might not have to wear no tie though. I might just wear this.
But
nice.
why would I pull that out my ass for no reason?
But that's what you want me to do. That might not be what I have to do.
So wait. So we've been talking maybe for like, I don't know, over an hour or something, right? No, not in a bad way, but like I'm just, even though I'm not a therapist or a counselor, like, you know what I'm saying? Like outside people looking in can kind of like see shit that sometimes you might not be able to see. And it's like y'all have this like dynamic of like, I don't want to call it like mother to son.
It feels like that sometimes. Yeah.
But I don't know who's. I don't know. I don't want to say fault, but I don't know who's the more. I don't know what the term is for it. Like I don't know if you're. I don't know if it's you like accepting the role of like, all right, maybe they know more than me, or if it's you saying like I know more than him, if that makes any sense.
No, it makes
She be
sense.
trying to little bro me, dog.
You know what I'm saying? and I can see how that can be like an issue. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a thing.
And see, that's our biggest thing. See, the truth is, she want a nigga that she can goddamn dictate everything.
But the crazy thing is, probably not.
I really do not.
Because,
but
then that means but then that also might mean it comes back to that testing shit.
Tell me, you don't be having anxiety when you be trying to get me to do shit and I be bucking. Well,
that's what he's saying. I don't want to feel that with somebody. I don't even want to have to tell somebody that this is what you should do.
But sometimes it's just some things you just don't have to say at all. It's just like, if he don't do it, fuck this shit. Then that's on him. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you the best. But if you don't do it,
what happens when his way works, though?
And sometimes it does. And no, I wouldn't say a lot of times, and that's honest. Not a lot of times.
What about that time when I was trying to pull your car out the mud with my truck? And you was like, that ain't gonna work. Or what about that time we went to the Travis Scott concert? She was like, you not gonna get that shit in there. Like, it be so many times when she be like, bro, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna happen. Then I be like, I pulled through.
And so that's when I be like, I'm gonna just shut up. And then when I shut all the way down and I don't say anything about anything at all, then you don't like it.
Cause I be like, damn, I just
shut
right.
up.
Why the hell you getting an attitude with me and I just did some shit right?
Right.
I just be trying to show you. I think my whole thing, like, since I've been home, and the most important, like, I just be trying to show you, like, it's other ways of looking at shit. It's other ways of doing shit. It's more than just what you know. Like, it's other ways to this shit. Like, fuck this box. Tear that box up. You want a box cutter? We're gonna cut that box up. Fuck that. You could do it this way and this way. I'm gonna tell you, look, this the biggest thing. Well, not the biggest thing, but this the latest thing. We just had a discussion about. She hate to be called a hustler. And she is a fucking hustler, bro. She got her own, she started her own little workshop. You feel what I'm saying? And she out here giving people skills and giving them knowledge on how to do certain things that they could potentially use to make them some money. You feel what I'm saying? And she putting like, just being from a hustle perspective, you putting a cap on that. You making money off of that. That's a hustle to me.
Why you don't like it?
She don't like that shit.
Why you don't like the?
I didn't say I'm not saying I don't like it. You were referring to one of my friends, and you call her a hustler, and I said
she a hustler too.
I said I would rather you just call her an entrepreneur because
what's the
difference?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that there is a difference, but if you're speaking to the wrong person, like, to me, like, I see certain people, like, they're always just trying to find a quick way to make some money. Like, literally, there's a guy that I went to high school with. He's selling Viagra pills right now. But the week before that, he was selling insurance.
For how much? How much is selling?
I don't even know. Like, and it's not even real Viagra. He bagged it up on his own and wrote $7.99 on it per pill or something. And I'm just like, the week before that, you was selling State Farm insurance. I hope he don't see this. He gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. And then the week before that, you was doing Bitcoin. So I just feel like this person is always trying to hustle somebody out of something. Like, an entrepreneur.
Oh, okay.
Entrepreneur is somebody that is passionate. Like, they could be doing multiple things, but they are passionate about those things and they want to make a living off of that. A hustler, to me, is somebody that's just trying to.
He's not a hustler. Well, he hustling, but we call that hustling.
Okay, well, whatever you want to call it.
Cause see, it's like when you talk about the hustle, like that's one of my life's passions. Like, I love the hustle. Like, it's just something about being able to sit down and put together all these resources, bring them all together, and then watch that shit come out crazy and make some money off of it. Like, it's just something about that shit that do something.
But are you a hustler or an entrepreneur at that point?
To me, it's the same.
I don't think so. When I say entrepreneur, I mean somebody that, like, has literally sat down and studied their craft. Didn't just come up with it last week.
I studied this shit.
They went and got their operating papers. They made sure that what they're doing is legal and that they have their tax information.
A hustler can do that.
Well, the people I'm talking about.
Well, see, to me,
he is selling Viagra illegally.
To me, I think the term, the hustle is the verb. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I can understand that part.
Yeah,
yes.
I think the hustle part of it is just like what the energy and the effort that you're willing to put in to make something out of nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if you're hustling,
so you a hustler. You know.
Honestly, I don't know, because I do get what you're saying when you feel like the negative connotation of just the word, you automatically thinking of like a con man.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily
to the wrong person.
Yeah, that's not necessarily what it is though, because like entrepreneurs definitely got they got a hustler spirit. Like, the hustler spirit is just like, yo, I'm gonna make this shit work. Like, no matter what.
I get that. You know
what I'm saying? It just looks different based on what you're doing. Like, from how y'all talking about it, the hustler is the person who has the entrepreneurial spirit, but within a whole bunch of different fucking things. Mm-hmm. But the entrepreneur is the person who has the passion just in this one particular lane.
Not even one thing, because entrepreneurs do multiple things, but they care about what they're doing. Like, a hustler, they don't care. They just like, let me just
make the money.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. That's all I was saying. Like,
no, I care.
Are you gonna call Mark Zuckerberg a hustler or an entrepreneur?
He a hustler.
I would rather call Mark Zuckerberg an entrepreneur than a hustler.
That nigga a hustler.
Me personally.
Yeah, he a hustler.
Okay.
He's a hustler, man.
That's what I just in that moment, I just wanted you to put some respect on my friend's name. That was all.
But that's what I'm saying.
She's an entrepreneur.
She's a hustler. Like, that title, a hustler, like, you, in my eye, and then maybe this one of them things in my mind. You feel what I'm saying? Because none of this is actually factual. This is just my philosophy. Like, I don't call anybody a hustler. Like, how you talking about bro be doing that with he's a pole hustler. A hustler, if I call you a hustler, that means I seen that you got the ability to put together something, like you said, and make it come out and make it work. Like, and like, anybody could put some shit together and make it, but like me, I'm a hustler. I care about my face card. I care about doing good business, because I want people to actually come back and feel like, or I want people to leave me feeling satisfied. Like, okay, I'm satisfied with the deal I just did, or I'm satisfied with whatever just went down. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Like, So with Crystal, you know Crystal's story. I know some of Crystal's story, but that's your best friend. But just from what I've seen and how you've inspired her and how y'all just piggyback together and make that shit go out crazy, and the time that she put in every night and going to all these events, me and you both know we be sleep at 11, 12 o'clock. She be up 3, 4 in the morning still. Like that might be, she just might be getting in the house. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's a hustler, because the time that she put into that, like not too many people willing
ask
to.
her what she think. I can't tell you what to call. You call her and ask her what she
What
wants
y'all
you to call her.
how y'all feel about therapy?
I'm all for therapy.
How you feel about it?
What is therapy? Just what we doing right now?
But just not. I'm not a professional.
It's still therapy though.
It kind of is, but not fully. Like
whether you know it or not, just this little bit right here, we both got some understanding on like how each other think, how each other work, how we both, you know what I'm saying? We got that much just off of your podcast.
I remember I told you at one point, I said I think you should go to therapy.
I'm not finna spend all that money for what that shit was free. And we got to drink with it. I'm not finna pay that money.
What's your Now I've never been to therapy, but I'm interested in going. Partly because I want to see if I can make the therapist laugh at my life. But partly just because,
she is not gonna laugh.
But partly because I do think it's I don't know. It's something about the idea of it that I think that it is probably needed.
I think it's there.
Whether you're in a good mental space or not, I just think it would be interesting to bounce your personality off of a professional to see what.
I think so too.
To see what that feedback would be like.
I don't agree with that. I feel like we just bounce this shit off. Like I feel like if you want to bring it, all you need is somebody that's gonna ask questions and that's gonna listen and get y'all to talk. Like this is therapy, but you could have. I want to say you go to a professional, but whoever you bring, like for hypothetically speaking, I ain't saying, but just say we go to a professional. And you feel like today is like you not in the mood and you still want to be in your
But that's
shit
not
now.
how therapy works. It's not. It's a process. It's a process. They have to literally do sessions with you and peel back layers and layers and layers and layers. And for each person, it's different. It might not just take 1 or 2 sessions. It might take 2 years.
I feel like, okay, let me put it like this. I feel like what's the difference between going to therapy and then picking somebody like him that knows all the right questions to ask, that know how to listen and get us to doing this right here. Look, you see how he's sitting in that chair?
We're not knocking him.
Yo, we're
not knocking him off.
I was like, so how do you feel about that? That's funny.
We're not knocking him at all, but he's not professionally trained in
despite if he's professional, we got somewhere.
Yes, we did, but there is still a lot. There's still a lot.
I feel like this is a major step.
It is a major step.
I feel like this is a lot of progress.
It is a major
out of
step.
2 years, this one podcast, I feel like.
Which is why I thought we should leave.
You should have been trying to do this
that's funny.
Like a year ago. That's all I'm saying. I feel what you're saying.
Have you ever been though to therapy?
I have not, and I said I was gonna go a few times. I actually called because my job actually offers it to us for free.
Oh, okay.
And you call them, and then they call you back, and then when they call,
so it's like a phone conversation, no.
So you reach out to reach out to like the middleman, and then the middleman contacts the office for you.
Oh, okay.
And then they call you back to schedule. But both times that they called, I got scared. I was like, oh,
man,
no.
Just listen to that. That sounds like too much.
What you get scared about?
It's scary because they're gonna make you talk about stuff that you never want to talk about. Like, yeah, it might be therapeutic sitting here with him, but you still have not Like, if you went to a therapist today to talk about all the stuff you've been through, you probably don't even remember the stuff you've been through because you buried it so deep. But that therapist is trained to bring that out of you. He is not.
Are y'all open though? Because like
I will go, yeah.
Just no, but not. I mean, when I say open, I mean like some people have no fear of, like I'm a big believer in like if you don't have no like skeletons in your closet, not because you haven't done anything, but because you're not scared of talking about the things that you've done.
I think
like
that's the
you know what I'm saying, because like the only reason people have skeletons is because like they don't talk about that shit. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like once you the moment, like literally the moment that you talk about something that would be a skeleton is no longer a skeleton. Like once you own your shit, like can't nobody else fucking hold that shit against you. So what I'm saying is like maybe because I feel like I'm that type of person or whatever, where I don't think I have anything that I would like take to my grave, so to speak, because I pretty much like talk about everything. You said what?
Maybe you haven't reached that point yet.
Maybe I haven't, but I feel pretty confident in the fact that like I'm not gonna be. I don't care so much about what other people think of me, where I'm gonna be scared to say some shit that I already did. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that don't. Just to me that don't make sense.
To me, my only reason why I would feel like it ain't nobody else's business what I did. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's coming from that perspective. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nah, it ain't nobody's business to.
And it's not. It's nobody's business, but it depends on, is it nobody else's business because it's nobody else's business, or is it nobody else's business because is this thing that is no one else's business, is it causing some sort of other effect on how you communicate or how you deal with like other people around you? Because like if it's causing an issue, then it might be something that you might need to talk.
Yeah, that's okay. You know I can understand that. But if it's not causing the issue,
yeah, like, you know, who needs to...
I feel like that ain't nobody's business.
Let me give you an example of why you need to go to therapy. And therapy does not mean you're crazy.
No, I know it don't.
It does not mean you're crazy. I think it helps you uncover why the way you think about certain things or why you do the things that you do. Remember we said you have a complex?
I know it's coming. Come on with it, yeah.
We said you have a complex because you don't like when people tell you what to do because you know how to do them things already, right?
No. That ain't
or you feel like, why would somebody tell me that I already know that?
No. I got a complex for people telling me what to do because of what I've been through.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. When I tell you to do stuff or when your dad or your mom tells you to do stuff, you automatically go into defense mode because you have been in prison, because you have had somebody telling you what to do every day for the past 7 years of your life. So you go into straight defense mode. I might just tell you, hey, remember to pick your book bag up before you walk out.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. Don't do it. Don't, not like that. Nah.
That's what okay, maybe not that, but that is what a therapist will help you with, and they would give you the tools that you need to not react to people like that.
So my complex is this.
We know your complex.
I feel like I did 7 years in the jungle. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have nobody to tell me how to get through that shit. Mm-hmm. Like everything I had to do, and when I say the jungle, like man, I've been to 6 different prisons in 7 years. So I done been from the worst to the okay to the worst to the all right, I'm good to the worst. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like so many different situations, and like I got a whole past. Man, I do got some skeletons. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And like, well, maybe it ain't no skeleton because that shit came up and I had to address it. You feel me? And it's like nobody was there. Nobody was there for the worst parts of my life when I thought that I might not even make it to see tomorrow. But I thought my way through that shit. I had to sit there. It's like I was going through some shit. I was beefing with some folks, and these folks is affiliated. You feel what I'm saying? These folks, I'm not affiliated. So when you're not affiliated, it's hard for you. You feel what I'm saying? You always got people that look at you like, especially when you new somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? They looking at you like prey, or they looking at you like they gonna do this and that to you because you're not affiliated. You're not protected by nobody.
Right.
And I had to fucking think my way, and not even just with people, but like even with the police. Like these folks, like I got something going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, and keep it real. Folks you have all kind of shit going on in prison. Folks sell weed, cigarettes, phones, all kind of shit. And I got something going on for my betterment because my folks not in the best position to help me out financially. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I don't want to keep being no burden on them because I know the responsibilities that they got. And it's not my fault that I'm in this position. So I'm going to do what I got to do. You feel what I'm saying? And then you got police that kind of know because niggas like to talk. And they'll try to plot against you to get you fucked up, to get you to a point where you might not make it home because you done caught some more time because they done caught you with this. Because like you get caught with that stuff, it's going down. You feel what I'm saying? And I had to think about how to make it successfully through that so they don't get me. So not only do I got the inmates, the niggas that's in here locked up with me trying to get me, but I got the officers trying to get me too.
So you think can't nobody else think for you?
No, it's not that. I feel like my thinking got me through all that shit. So
but you
can't nobody tell me, can't nobody else tell me like my way that I live my life and the things that I do on a day-to-day is not right. Because when I needed what was right, wasn't nobody there to give it to me but me.
But
I see.
I'm a different world.
I'm torn. Like just from hearing you say that, right? I'm a little on the fence, cause you say that you thought your way out of that, which is super like commendable, like respectable and admirable and shit like that. And I can understand why you would be like, I got myself out of this situation, so can't nobody really tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when I'm listening to your story, like that's trauma though. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I get, cause like everything you're saying as to like why you won't listen.
It's not that I won't listen, cause I do listen. But it's just when people try to tell me that my way is not good enough or it's not the best way and their way is better, I'd be like, who is you to try to tell me that? Like,
that's what he's trying to tell you. That's trauma. That's a reaction to trauma.
But it's like, it's been times when my dad and my mama and you done gave me some good advice and I'd be like, all right, I can see that. But it just be like, certain stuff.
Is it the delivery of how people give it to you?
That too.
Cause I could see that.
That too.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That too.
I could see that.
Cause I got some mentors and they know my business. And they tell me, well, that ain't. But when they tell me, it sound like, okay, yeah, you right. Yeah, I see that. Okay. All right. So it might be the delivery. It might be the delivery. Maybe I got this thing where I hate where people feel like I owe them explanation or I'm subject to, I gotta listen to what they saying. You feel what I'm saying? Cause that be my thing right there. I be feeling like I don't have to do shit.
Right.
I do whatever I want to. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying?
Complex.
And that's my complex.
Nah, but that's what I mean. I couldn't imagine being in prison. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I can't even, I'm not qualified to, nah, real rap. Like I'm not qualified to even really speak on that, like,
but even
experience, you know what I'm saying? So like I can respect it from that vantage point.
But look, I feel like that's just my experience. You might have had a similar experience, but with a whole different environment. You feel what I'm saying? But you went through the same shit that I went through as far as you might have been homeless or whatever, and you every day you had to wake up and think how am I going to be straight so I can get to the next day. You feel what I'm saying? And you was the only person doing it at that time when nobody trying to help you or none of that. Right. And you might develop that same complex with like, man, and one day you might be successful. So now that you successful coming from being homeless,
can't nobody tell me shit.
You feel me?
Yeah, because I came from the bottom and now I'm here. Like, fuck y'all niggas. Like, yeah, I get it.
But it don't always be fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? It just be like kind of like, who is you to try to tell me?
Yeah. No, I mean I get it because it's like you haven't gone through what I've gone through, so I'm not gonna take your advice as like it's a piece of gold. Like I understand. I get you. I had that. Well, I mean, we all got traumas in different.
Yeah, she got trauma. Like,
you know what I'm saying. People tell me I got relationship trauma. So, you know, I get it, man.
So you feel like when it comes to a relationship, like you feel like when it comes to a relationship that you know what I'm saying, you having that trauma, having to experience that trauma, and having been through so many relationships and the things that you've learned. Do you feel like? And we're gonna put the delivery thing in there. Somebody try to tell you, and they don't even really know your whole situation in the relationship, but they come and trying to tell you some shit, and you like.
Most of what I get is people trying to tell me that they just know, like that they think that they know that I am anti-relationship, and I'm really not. Like I make a lot of because of the platform that I'm on. Mm-hmm. You know, like when people like kind of like listen to you, like they really live and die like on every kind of word that you say, even though it might be like a joke, or it might be like sarcastic, or it might just be for shock value or whatever. You know what I mean? And but like my relationship prior to just me being, I've been single for like maybe like 2.5, almost going on 3 years now. And you know, we go back and we kind of like joke about the things that like I went through in my relationship or whatever. And it's like it's jokes, but that's just kind of like my defense mechanism. That's how I deal with my trauma, so to speak. Cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right, I crack jokes on shit until I get over it. You know what I mean?
Wow. I like that. I'm gonna try that.
And like, but I guess over a period of time, I guess I've cracked so many jokes that people start to
wonder if you taking it serious.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, like it's, I don't know, like sometimes I feel like people feel like that they think that from my one experience, my one like not so great experience, that I'm just like super anti-relationship, like from now on.
Sit you down.
And I'm really not. It's just that, you know how like you can see, you know how like when you've been through something, you can like see something from a mile away now. Mm-hmm. And it's more so that than just being anti-relationship. You know what I'm saying? And it's like sometimes you just know, you might not know what you want, but you know what you don't want. And it's just it's really just more so one of those types of situations. Like I hate like always talking about this shit, right? I don't hate it, but I hate it because I know that it's gonna give off the energy that like he's not over it. That's what I hate talking about. But like,
but you know what? That's cool because it takes time to get over shit.
For sure. Like a lot of the things that I was bringing up to you, like while y'all was like, talking or whatever, a lot of personal experiences with me, man. Like the whole like not great at communication thing, like the silent treatment thing, the attitude thing, the having like a lot of bad days a year thing. She ain't sucked a lot of dick. No. Like, hey, yeah, I know.
No sucky.
Man, listen. Man.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, man. And you know, and it was just like I don't want to experience that again. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even saying that she's not even a horrible person. It was just like that. She just wasn't my person.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
And
but I just know, like, it's a fear of picking a person who's gonna be who's gonna give me that similar experience again. You know what I'm saying? Because I take so long to get in, to actually commit and to get into relationships because I do take them serious. Like I don't want to be a cheater. I don't want to be.
Right.
I don't want any of those outside issues or whatever. So like I slow walk towards relationships because I just want to be sure that I'm making the right choice. But it's like even the times that I've slow walked, it seemed like niggas still made the wrong choice.
It's nothing like like going into some shit and going into a relationship thinking that this is it and then realizing like, damn, this ain't it.
Yeah.
Like that shit, you be like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah.
Damn, you telling me I gotta do that country ass shit again?
and the honestly, like when I get really into my single, like, and I don't even mean single as in like fucking a lot of bitches. I just mean single as in like don't have to.
No obligations.
Yeah. Like that shit is decent. Like that shit is alright. Like for real, like if I was in a relationship right now, like just out of town for the weekend in Atlanta.
It's a whole issue.
Like yeah. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't just be doing this and my phone not be going off. Or if I turn my shit on airplane mode for fucking for 2 hours. Like that'd be a problem.
Right.
Yeah. You know
why you weren't picking up? Oh,
yeah.
I know what the hell going on. You
know
probably
what I'm
goddamn. I seen that bitch like your picture.
Right. Like just
don't do that like that.
I wouldn't even talk about her.
But nah, but you know, you just know like, and again, like not every woman does the same exact thing, but I do think that just kind of like as men, like we just kind of know like it's some things that are just par for the course. You know what I'm saying? The time flies, man.
You feel me?
The time flies.
I can dig that.
But man, let's fucking, because what is it? It's like 10:50. Yeah. Sheesh.
10, 11.
Yo. One mic stand. It's your boy Jaxon. Jaxon1616 is my Instagram. Jaxon914 is my Twitter. Be sure to follow Sex with Strangers podcast on Instagram. We always have episodes dropping every Monday. Check us out. Coming to a city near you. I don't know where I'm gonna go next, but wherever I go next, I'm gonna sit down with somebody and have another dope conversation like this one. And it was a pleasure having y'all, man. I appreciate y'all like really opening up. You know what I'm saying, being honest and everything like that. And because like I said, it's
you helped me out.
Everybody not willing to do this, man. Everybody's not.
I appreciate
you know, and I really appreciate y'all both being black and not talking over one another too. Cause niggas be good for doing that shit.
Nah,
like.
we
Aren't you happy now? I was being slick.
But
I swear to God, I felt like she set me up. When I sat here and listened to what you said in podcast, I was like, man, that motherfucker set me up.
But before we get out of here, man, go ahead and plug y'all social media if y'all want to or whatever. Tell them where to follow you. If y'all want them to follow.
Ladies first.
I'm not a big self promoter, but my Instagram again is I'm Bianca Octavia. I am BIANCAOCTAVIA. Thank you.
My Instagram is king_sly_07. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just a good number. Hey, look, and I appreciate you letting me come out, letting us get this off our chest, put it in the air. Like, it's really been a blessing, like, for real. Like,
check back on us in a month.
Right.
Sure. Yeah, oh yeah, we definitely will. I'm telling you, they gonna have questions like, yo, how they doing? What they do?
Hey, look, it's gonna be like that show, like what was that show on MTV where they had the pregnant teenagers, and then like
definitely.
Then like 10 years later, they checked on them to see how they was doing. Like, yeah, check on them.
Oh man, but no, man, I appreciate y'all again, man, and we out.